I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride.
Oh sorry, didn't see you there. I was enjoying a nice drive in Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer. Unfortunately, I drive. It's a wheel-draining task, seeing the majority of people turn into complete dickheads once they get in a car. But I must say, on my journeys I watch lorries pull off some parking that blows my mind. And it makes me think, wow, there must be a highly skilled, well-balanced individual behind that. Not quite the reality of this situation when I drive by. The bloke driving it looks like he belongs in a cage. It is in Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer that you take on the role of one of these subhumans. The plot is, a deadly virus wiped out the majority of humanity, but luckily truck drivers were immune to the virus thanks to their mutated DNA. So now you have to drive supplies across Europe to the few settlements of human survivors that remain so they can build the world up again. I should say that isn't the plot, but mod team, if you're watching and you need a writer, I'm your boy. So what does the multiplayer add to Euro Truck Simulator 2? Well, on the surface, not much. Instead of AI traffic wankers, the mod removes all of that, so you have to contend with other players, so you're trading one set of wankers for another. All of the features from single player work. You can still build your own company and hire drivers. However, since everyone is on the same time on the server, you can exploit this to make loads of money by constantly resting and quick traveling, since the game thinks time has passed, but actually only a few seconds has gone by in the multiplayer. Also, random events like roadworks and rain only display for the individual player, so I may see rain, but you could be driving along right next to me on a lovely sunny day. And it is immersion breaking to see people drive straight through roadworks only you can see. It's like you can see into other parallel universes, and it causes crashes. I saw other players wildly swerve to avoid something that only they could see, presumably anyway, leaving me to crash into them and calling them a bastard. This ties into my trading one set of wankers for another argument. Whilst most players are playing as the game is intended, there are definitely a fair few swollen prostates about. People who crash into you on purpose, drive on the wrong side of the road, don't give way, and blaring shit music down the microphone. To be halfway through a long job only to be rammed off the road by a twat and causing so much damage to my trailer it's not even worth finishing the job, costing me a load of money, made me want to reach through the monitor and rip the cunt's throat out. Would be alright if the report button did anything. Every time I used it, no action was taken against the player, and I was requested to provide video evidence to the mod's website. Fuck right off. For one, I'm not recording all the time, and two, only people like me who waste their life making videos for YouTube actually record gameplay. Sort it out! You might think that I don't like the multiplayer by the aggression I'm letting out, but I do. Setting up a long convoy with your mates is good fun, even if it does end with you playing chicken with each other and fucking it up for everyone, and everything that made the single player of Euro Truck good is in here anyway. Problems can arise when you want to go to the same place as your friends if you all have your skill points in different places. My advice would be to put them all in long distance first, then you can all get into fat road trips together. You might think areas where you pick up trailers and truck dealers would be a nightmare to navigate with hundreds of players in them, but that's not the case, since all of these areas are non-collision. I could argue that it breaks immersion a bit, but I will take that any day over trying to get by all those peasants. Progress carries over between the multiplayer and single player, which is cool, and considering this is in alpha, it's pretty solid. Lag wasn't an issue for me, though I did see other players rubber banding back and forth, and top tip, avoid those fuckers like the plague, it's a crash waiting to happen. They look like they are miles away, then in an instant you are 2 inches from their big fat arse and your truck ends up on its side. If the devs can sort out making weather and random road events server wide rather than down to the individual, and giving players a reason to play together, then that will be pretty much everything I want. There are a few different servers, with Europe 2 being the most popular. Each one has different things turned on and off. None of them have AI traffic yet, and that is something I imagine some people want. So there you go, grab the lads, get the beers in, and go on a trucking adventure without the fear of illegal immigrants breaking into your truck.